Hello, hello, hello. I've got two cameras going again. Let's see if I can put them a little closer so that I cannot look crazy going back and forth. Oh, and I have a tendency to speak with my hands, so I'm probably going to knock the cord over. I have it recording. I have it on my juicer, so I won't die in the middle of my video. But let me start. Hi again. My name is Laura Adamson. I'm a yellow status presenter with Unique. If you're watching live, you'll see the little red live button on there. If you're with Facebook and with YouTube, it will not be live. And if you're watching the replay, if you could put hashtag replay and just drop a little comment below. And if you are new to my lives, you can drop a little hashtag new. If you are a live viewer, if you would drop a little hashtag hey LA, that would be me, Laura Adamson. I'd really appreciate it. And if you can hear me, if you can drop me some little love hearts down below so that I know you can hear me, click my nose, hit follow, and let's get started with this. I am here with you today because I'm going to talk about hashtag me too. I've never spoken about this, but let me get a little started here. But Ellen DeGeneres on her show talked about her incident of what happened to her when she was 15 years old, and she spoke to it for the first time about what happened to her. This is going to be really hard because I've never spoken about this. So if you could bear with me, I was trying to think I could make it a little further along than I am now, but it's just something I've never spoken of, and a lot of people are coming out and talking about it now, opening up about the Me Too movement. And the Me Too movement, let's face it, ladies, this has been going on forever, like since the beginning of time. Women have been abused, children have been abused. It's been something that's been ongoing. I need to quit fiddling because I'm making all kinds of noise, background noise, I know. But it's never going away. It didn't start last year, although the new movement, the newer movement, did start last year. And with the year anniversary, Ellen came out. There's been a lot of other stars that are coming out. I'm coming out today for the first time. My husband knows, of course. My husband knows. Few people know. Very few people know. And I've been telling y'all, I joined Unique because of the mission statement. And that's true. I did join Unique for the mission statement. But it's because that they fund their organization for sexually abused children. It's very near to my heart. It's very dear to me. I had my virginity stolen from me. I was raised a nice Catholic girl. I was going to save myself for marriage. But didn't turn out that way. It all started way back. I was in the second grade, and that's when the your first awareness of what was going on as far as men or boys or whatever happened. And then the second one was in junior high, and I hadn't had my virginity taken yet. It was just to tell you my experience of all this, of what has happened to me in my life. In junior high, these two boys cornered me. One of them grabbed me and told me whatever Ronnie wants, Ronnie gets, and he was implying sex. Scared me to death. I had developed real early. I had boobs. Nobody else had boobs. So I was one of 2 girls in the whole school that had boobs. And I just remember thinking, boys do not like fat girls. So I started gaining weight because I got so scared. I didn't, I avoided that guy, those guys completely. Then when I was in high school, I was at a gas station. I had cutoffs on, and I was pumping gas, and I looked like I should be in summer vacation and not in business attire. An older guy came up to me and said, "Oh, do you speak Spanish?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And he goes, "Oh, well, I'm about to go to a business meeting and I need a translator." Yeah, right. Okay, sure you do. You need a translator. And me in my shorts, right? And he's like, "Yeah, do you think you could come with me to my business meeting?" So I was like, "No, I'm not dressed for the occasion," and I just no. Anyway, so there was number 3. At same time, probably a little bit after that, in high school, my friends and I had gone to a party, and it was apparently the people giving the party were college students. We were all high school students, and I was very wary. My sixth sense was working, or whatever, my intuition, and I was just quiet and watching everything. I was observing everything because these were college students and we were just high school students. So I was watching everything, and the 2 brothers say, "Oh, you're very observant. You're just sitting here quiet and watching everything." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, you're so much smarter than all these kids. Why don't you come back, drop them all off and come back, and we can all talk as adults and blah, 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 whatever." I was like, "No, thanks." There was another incident. These guys just think that we're so stupid. Anyway, I'm sharing all these things because I want you to educate your daughters. I want you to share this with them. I want you to sit down with them and watch this and explain to them that this happens all the time. And these people are your friends, they're your neighbors, they're your, who knows? It could be could be a cousin, could be an uncle. I mean, it happens. It's out there. It's every day. It's all the time. It's happened all my life. All my life, I have been having to deal with this. And so then we go from the little party scene to, like I said, I was saving myself for marriage, and I was dating this guy, and he date raped me. And after he was done, he laughed at me and said, "You're not a virgin." I wasn't anymore. And I was dating this guy. So girls, ladies, children, whatever, it's out there. You have to protect yourself. You have to be aware and be educated. Walk away. If you have a bad feeling, stay away from those people. And when your parents are telling you, no, you don't want to hear what they're saying. You don't, but you got to trust their instinct and trust your instinct. I had a great instinct, but I was dating this guy, and you don't expect that. But these guys, they think just because they have their equipment that they got to use it every time, whether you want them to or not. And it's not right. It's not fair. Share. Tell your daughters. It's out there. Oh, I didn't think I was going to make it through that one. And then I was with my friend, and we had gone to the club, and we had gone drinking, and I go for dancing mostly, but we had been drinking, and her guy that she was dating or whatever, she came home with him, and he had his best friend with him, and I went to sleep, and she went in there with him, and her little best friend's buddy came in while I was asleep and came inside me, and he raped me, and my boyfriend had just left, and so um I don't know that. And then again, it happened kind of the same scenario. It was somebody that was in my house and did the same thing. So it happens. I don't remember um dates. I only remember those first few, because you always remember when you lose your virginity or it was taken from you. Um, I remember my age. I was a teenager, and even the other ones, I don't remember the other one's age. I don't remember how old I was. I remember, um, I don't remember. I don't remember the date. I don't think anybody wants to remember the date. I remember my age on the first one. I could probably go back and think about the second one, how old I was. I could probably go back and remember how, I know I can go back and remember how old I was on the third one. And that one I won't talk about because their situation is still, I don't want to say active, but the person is still part of somebody else in my family's life, and I am not going to out them or talk about them or say anything. But it happened, and it happens, and it's out there, and that's my Me Too, and I struggled with this for a long time. I haven't spoken to anyone about it. I still to this day, I always had such a big wall. I acted so tough and stuff. And my husband makes me feel really safe and secure. And I don't worry about that. But when I go to the store or whatever, and if I get attention or whatever, I still get real nervous. I don't like being in a room by myself with a man. I get really uncomfortable and shaky. I did real estate for a long time, and the whole incident, the whole thing stopped me from completely going through with my whole license. I did property managing for a long, long time. And if I was uncomfortable when somebody would come to the apartments, I would call my husband and have him on the line while I was showing the apartment. There was another incident that these guys came in, and I told them I couldn't find the key, that the maintenance guy took off with the keys. And sure enough, when there was a situation where we had some checks that were stolen. They were going through the little mail slot, and with gum, or I don't know how they were doing it, but they were stealing the checks out of the mail slots, and they were cashing them. And I recognized, we always got their license, and I recognized his name. And from when they cashed the checks, because we got copies of everything, and I recognized his name, and I was like, oh well, that's like gave me a really bad feeling. And I said, oh my God, my maintenance guy took off with the keys. I'm so sorry. You can come back tomorrow and we'll take care of it. Well, I had their copies of their licenses, so I called the police after they left and told them about them. And anyways, the police told me that he was a sex offender, and so there goes my instinct again. So it happens every day. It's out there every day. It's all the time. Educate your children. Tell your daughters. Sit them down. Have them watch this. Share this so that they can see it's out there. No, you're not going to remember every little detail. So whoever's out there making fun of women because they don't remember the date, they don't remember the time, they don't remember the place, they don't remember how old they are, you don't. You don't. You don't want to remember all that stuff. Heck, I never even talked about it until today. So you just don't. So doing this online business, you get a lot of creeps contacting you and sending you messages. And even if you don't do this and you're just a female and you take your picture and you put it out there, you get weirdos on Facebook or on Messenger, and they're constantly trying to contact you and stuff. So it makes me uncomfortable still. It will probably always make me uncomfortable. It's nothing, it never goes away. That feeling never goes away. But I don't know. I can't read, sorry. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You have to be careful out there. You do. There's just too many creeps out there, and just a lot out there. And just make sure you're educating your females. Talk about it. The Me Too movement is real. For people who say that it isn't, they've never had to go through anything. And it's why I joined Unique, was because of the mission statement, was because they help children that were sexually abused, men and women that were sexually abused as children. And that just really spoke to me. That's why I joined. That's why. So if you want to be part of something bigger than you, you need to join. You need to be able to empower, validate, and uplift women. And that's such a powerful thing for me because of all this. I want to be able to give back to women and empower them to be able to do their business, to be financially secure so that they don't have to depend on anyone else but themselves. It's awful to say, but you have to be your own fighter. You are the only one that can do this for yourself. And with Unique doing that and what they did, I just grabbed the phone and ordered right away as soon as I read that, because I ordered something and it came in the mail, and it had all this information about their organization and how they empower, validate, and uplift women. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm in. I'm in. There's nothing else I can tell you. The makeup is an added bonus. I'm going to tell you right now, because I'm crying and my mascara is not running and my foundation is staying in place. So yeah, it's all waterproof. But I'm telling you, from that moment on, they had me at hello. As soon as I got that stuff in the mail, they had me. Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate that. It's a hard pill to swallow, I guess. I don't know. Every time I thought about it all day long, tears would just fall out of my face because I've never told anybody, and here I am telling a whole bunch of people. But I just felt it was so important with this Me Too movement to tell my story, because I felt like it would help someone else. Why did I join if I didn't want to go and validate another woman, have them feel validated, have them feel empowered, and be able to start healing and start that process of healing? If I didn't tell my story, why did I join? So I've been fighting this, and I never told anyone. None of my wife's sisters know. No one knew. My husband didn't even know until today, because he's like, why are you crying? Because every time I thought about what I was going to do, my tears would just start rolling down my face. And I was so scared, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't know just to I think it was more the fact that I had to relive everything again, because I'm the type of person, I'll push it back in the back of my head and I won't think about it, and I won't, well, you always think about it, so it's not true, but I'm always pushing it back, and I don't want to think about it. I'm trying to stay happy and positive all the time, and I'm hiding, the tears of a clown. I'm always hiding all this, and I've never spoken about it. I've never pressed charges. I've never done anything. I mean, I've had supervisors and bosses and stuff. I can't even write down as many times as men have come on to thinking that they can do what they want with you. There was another incident that my best friend was a guy, then he had a girlfriend, and it was nothing like that between us. We were just really good friends. And his brother, who walked with a cane, he was older, went with us, and we were drinking and we had a good time. I mean, we were laughing because this guy was my friend. He was my buddy, and he passed out because he had gotten so drunk. And his brother, who was disabled, couldn't walk, had to use a cane, and had a really bad limp. This guy chased me all night long. Thank God he was crippled, and I'm sorry to say that word, but thank God he was disabled, because he chased me around the dining room table all night long, and me yelling my friend's name, help, and somebody help, and I couldn't get away from him. I just kept dodging him around the table all night long because he wanted to rape me too. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And so I'm running around yelling at my friend, help me, please help. And he was so passed out that I knew if I stopped going around the table, that guy who was way bigger than me was going to pin me down and get me. And I didn't want him to get me. So I stayed around that table. And we didn't have cell phones back in those days. I'm old, honey. I'm 58 years old, okay? So I've had a lifetime of all this bull crap happen to me. All this of men doing shit to me. So I didn't want to face it. And I never have. But I felt like I was lying to y'all by not telling you my story, because this is exactly why I joined Unique. It wasn't the makeup. It was the mission statement of empowering women. And how could I do that if I was not living the truth, I wasn't being honest. They kept saying, well, why did you join Unique? Oh, the mission statement. Yes. But the real reason was because of what it stands for sexually abused children, men and women who've been through it, who lived what I've been through. So if you ever want to be part of something bigger, you want to be a part of this organization, I recommend you doing that now. Right now, during the month of October, and only during this month, because Unique started in October of 2012. They are offering the first 10 women to reach Black status within the company within the year that after they join in October only. They will fly them to Utah, and they will present those 10 presenters with $10,000. That's a $10,000 bonus check. That is amazing. That is a start to a whole nother life. I mean, you can get a home. You can put a down payment on your house. If you're, you can pay your house off. You could get a new roof. You could buy a boat if you wanted, a car. $10,000 can do a lot for a lot of people. So I want to be able to give you that opportunity. I have to tell you about this. I have to be able to, I just feel obligated to tell you what opportunity is out there for you. It's so important for us to, as women, to come together and do things to uplift each other instead of being catty little bitches going around talking about each other and, oh, did you say her? I mean, it's hard for me to make friends. It's hard for me to have female friends because they always think that I want their husband. No. I don't want your leftovers. I have my own. So it's with Unique, I don't have to worry about all that. You know, we're all in this together and we're all doing this. So it's really great. My dog's crying because he wants to come in. He's there. Can y'all hear him? Anyway, I'm going to end my broadcast, and I just wanted to share with you my story, my reason, my Me Too, my hashtag Me Too. And like I said, I had been struggling with this, and I didn't want to talk about it, but Ellen DeGeneres came out and talked about hers and quite a few other people, and so I just felt it was necessary and it was time. It's time for me to talk about my hashtag Me Too. So if you found any value to what I've said, if you would please share, I would appreciate it. And also, if you have a daughter, if you have a sister, if you have a child or know a child, or a girl, it doesn't matter. Share this information with them. It's out there. I've told you about all the many incidents that I had. They're going to face it. And it's important that they see it and they know what's going on so that they're educated so that they won't go through that. It's really important. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I don't even know what else to say, but thank you. Mil besos.